Listen to the difference between Donald Trump talking policy and Kamala Harris talking policy.
If you win in November, can you commit to prioritizing legislation to make childcare affordable? And if so, what specific piece of legislation will you advance?
Well, I would do that, and we're sitting down. You know, I was somebody, we had Senator Marco Rubio, and my daughter Ivanka was so impactful on that issue. It's a very important issue. But I think when you talk about the kind of numbers that I'm talking about, that, because look, childcare is childcare. There's something, you have to have it. In this country, you have to have it. But when you talk about those numbers compared to the kind of numbers that I'm talking about by taxing foreign nations at levels that they're not used to, but they'll get used to it very quickly. And it's not going to stop them from doing business with us, but they'll have a very substantial tax when they send product into our country. Those numbers are so much bigger than any numbers that we're talking about, including childcare, that it's going to take care. We're going to have, I look forward to having no deficits within a fairly short period of time, coupled with the reductions that I told you about on waste and fraud and all of the other things that are going on in our country. Because I have to stay with childcare. I want to stay with childcare, but those numbers are small relative to the kind of economic numbers that I'm talking about, including growth, but growth also headed up by what the plan is that I just told you about. We're going to be taking in trillions of dollars, and as much as child care is talked about as being expensive, it's relatively speaking not very expensive compared to the kind of numbers we'll be taking in. We're going to make this into an incredible country that can afford to take care of its people, and then we'll worry about the rest of the world. Let's help other people. But we're going to take care of our country first. This is about America first. It's about make America great again. We have to do it because right now we're a failing nation. So we'll take care of it. Thank you.
The question was, what specific piece of legislation would you advance? I think he believes that if he just rambles and says words, eventually a few of them will come together and make a little bit of sense and then form a coherent answer. They didn't. And so according to the jumbled mess that came out of his mouth, Marco Rubio, Ivanka, taxing other countries, which is a tariff, which he did while he was president, and it bankrupted farmers, and then American taxpayers had to pay billions to bail them out. And that's really it. So taxing other countries. Okay, and here's Kamala Harris talking about policy.
What we intend to do to raise federal minimum wage, what we intend to do to bring down the cost and make affordable child care a reality for all families. We have said 7% of your income should be, not more than 7% of your income should have to go for child care. What we are in the process of doing for affordable housing, both for renters and those who want to be first-time homeowners. We have a plan. We need Congress to agree that if you are the first generation in your family to seek home ownership, you'll get a $25,000 tax credit to help you with the down payment.
Okay, weird. I actually understood that. So Kamala Harris laid out more policy in 30 seconds than Trump did in 2 minutes. The difference between these two candidates is night and day. And guys, this election shouldn't even be close. So after listening to that, ask yourself this. Which plan do you really think is going to bring down childcare costs? Taxing other countries with a little help from Marco Rubio and Ivanka Trump? Or passing legislation that ensures that daycare costs and childcare costs are capped at no more than 7% of your income?